Hello and welcome. Going to send out my little message here. There we go. So welcome to Coming Into Being. If you've been here before, nice to see you again. And if you're new, good to see you. And Asta's popping up. And Cherie, hello. And if you're out there and do stop by and say hi in the chat, like on Instagram, on Facebook, Instagram, yes, put in a comment. Always good to know. It's always fun to know who's out there, and hopefully something will pop up for you during the session. It sometimes it does, and sometimes we have just kind of these general sessions with just everybody, and it's all good. All right. So always for me for this time together, it's really about, and good morning, Cherie, yes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. We've got people in different time zones, and that's always interesting when it's really early. Sometimes I have somebody joining in from Australia, which is really early. So hats off. Kudos to everybody for being here. Yeah, so coming into being, I say this often, but it always bears repeating. And also for people who are new, if this is the first time you're listening to this little thing, this is about just coming back to ourselves, coming back to basics, because everything stems from that. So when we have a solid foundation for ourselves, within ourselves, in who we are, and really can hold that strongly, then we move forward in through our lives, through anything that comes up in our lives with just greater ease and greater ability to just get through it and not be totally all over the place. So just take a deep breath in, hold it at the top. See how long you can hold it at the top. And keep counting. See if you can just stretch it out a little longer, longer. And then release it out slowly, and see you just release it all the way out. There's a lot of different ways to release the breath for a lot of different reasons. And just release it all the way out. Everything. Just squeeze it out. Just everything that's in there. Just get all that breath out. And just allow it to just come into its own pace automatically, letting the body just do what it does on its own when the mind gets out of the way, right? And the emotions are kind of part of the mind also. I mean, a little bit different, but they're also kind of part of that whole piece. And just letting yourself kind of just soften into your physical body and your environment, and just being present in your environment. You know, things come up, and not necessarily bad things. It could be good things. It could be family visiting, like I've got. Today's the last evening. And you kind of get, it kind of gets in a whirlwind, you know, your old patterns come up, old ways of being can be brought up by people that we've known from before. So it's just that reminder to ourselves. It's like, oh, okay, we need to clean up a little bit here and come into ourselves more deeply and tighten up who we are, and that sense of self, you know, bringing more coherence into our beings. And just, yeah, so just as we just kind of let everything relax. You know, even if you've just gotten up, there's a lot of times in the morning, you're all already racing off somewhere else. You're getting up, the alarm clock has gone off, and already the nervous system can be just a little tweaked. So letting everything relax just for this time will give you a better day. You can just take a few moments for yourself. And noticing what you're sitting on. Is it hard? Is it soft? You have a sense of just feeling through the textures, like if yeah, the textures. It could be like a pillow on a chair, so feel that pillow. See if you can have a sense of that difference between you and the pillow or whatever it is you're sitting on. Really feel into that. Feel into that. There's kind of this push kind of feeling where you're sinking into it, and it's whatever you're sitting on is kind of just, there's a way that it feels like it's just kind of pushing against you. So that's good resistance, kind of gives that definition. Resistance is not necessarily a bad thing. It depends on how it comes up, when it comes up, why it comes up. So here we have this good resistance because it creates that definition. It brings that clarity of definition to our awareness. And by focusing on what we're sitting on, it helps us to just sink down into our bodies. So let's focus on the breath and just focusing your awareness on what you're sitting on and your breath. You might start to feel heavy, and there's two kinds of heavies that come to mind immediately. One is that awareness of your physical body. There is weight to your physical body. Even if you're a scrawny 97-pound person, or not so scrawny, but 97-pound person, that's still a lot of weight, 97 pounds. So start to sink into your body, start noticing that density, that heaviness. So we'll focus on that weight, that heaviness. And that's a way to connect into your body. Let yourself feel that weight and sink into that. And with each inhale, allowing your chest to really expand really nicely. And then on the exhale, just feel yourself kind of coming into your body even more. Yeah, so a little bit of resistance that's coming up here. There's a little bit of an external distraction, weird thing that's coming up. Non-human, other dimensional piece that's coming up. So we'll clear that up. It's clearing up, yeah. And notice anywhere that you can kind of feel like just a little bit uplift, not relaxing. Maybe it's a shoulder, maybe your head is not quite positioned, centered, right? And so there's maybe a little pull in one direction, and feel into that and just breathe into that and let that slide into place. As you bring your awareness into that, then it's like, oh, okay, this isn't the right place, and letting yourself, your body recenter. And if it's the head, you might notice it's like, okay, I can feel that trying to get into alignment, but there's something not quite right. And it might be further down the spine. Maybe you're kind of just sitting with your spine in your body kind of hunched over, or so kind of allow yourself to move around and find that alignment. So it's the spine, but it's also this energetic, the word heart line's coming up to mind. So the core channel, basically, it's like your body's reorienting itself on that line. And then when you get that alignment, so it might just move different parts, your midsection, your shoulders, your neck, your head, just kind of loosen all that up. And that it allows you to come into just this deeper stillness for yourself, this deeper calm. So keep breathing on that. I'm going to focus in on just deepening that for people. People are pretty good, but then there's kind of this static for people on their around their channel. Mostly around that channel. There's a little bit inside, but for some people. So just keep focusing on that breath and kind of finding, if you feel like you need to move a little bit, okay, it felt good in this position a little bit, but right now that I've got more awareness going deeper, then it's like, okay, it's a little bit off here. You're noticing some deeper alignment. The deeper we go, the more precise we come into our alignment. So it's not like you come into alignment and then it all falls into place and you're good to go. I mean, you are, and then as you keep coming in more deeply, it's a more precisely defined alignment that happens. And I'll just clear that out for people. And so, yeah, I'm going to focus on clearing that all the way through. There's some areas that are not as clear. And also, okay, so let's have everybody come down into your lower abdomen. And kind of imagine that you're sitting in that core channel in your lower abdomen. Okay, so some of you are getting more centered, and what's happening to others is that that's actually making you kind of back off and separate out from yourself a little bit. So maybe trauma patterns in there, abuse patterns. Coming up. So if you notice that for yourself, or just notice tension, any kind of feelings, just that's fine. Just be with that. Yeah. Ha. Just relaxing into that. Hey, Star Galaxy Cat. Hello. Welcome. Just popped in just with a hello there. So coming into your lower abdomen, take a couple deep breaths and just kind of come into that lower abdomen core channel. You want to jump right in and join us there. That will help you to kind of get out of your head. You feel like you're a little bit, or there's, let me rephrase that, there's static around at this area for you. So just take a deep breath into that, release all of that out, and let yourself drop down into that lower abdomen, into what you're sitting on. There we go. Okay, good. Yeah. Just going to go a little deeper with that for everybody. Take everybody a little deeper. So keep focusing on your breath and your lower, and like your awareness in your lower abdomen. Wow. Hmm. Okay, Star Galaxy, it feels like you've got something that's very rigid, uh, that's kind of keeping you from, it's kind of like keeping you just boxed in isn't quite the right word, but it's like I feel like you're just pushing against something. There's that's doesn't have flexibility for you. Um, kind of along the lines of a mindset, I guess. I would say so. Kind of just give you some space around that. Feels like probably kind of family, originally family related. Um, and pulling you out of that. You've been so this is today's for you so far. You've been really in your reference point has been this kind of pushing against this piece for yourself, um, because that's helped you to like separate out. So now you need to look in the other direction. Look towards where you're heading to, and you, at a human level, you don't need to understand quite where that is, but your spirit level will get that. But allow yourself. So even if you just kind of look up or something, yeah, because it's always you've been like so looking, trying to push yourself down, and just shift where you're looking to break out of that, and keep out of that. So look towards where you're going, like, and so one thing you can do with that, so this is for everybody, you kind of see yourself like this. Okay, this is where I'm at currently, um, struggling with issues. So what, just I'm struggling with XYZ, this da, 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 da. Write it out. This is like your current state, just like, okay, no problems. That's okay. We all go through rough spots. Trust me, we all go through rough spots. Everyone, every one of us. No one's immune to this. So write it out. Write out your current, and then take a look at that. It's like, okay, what do you want? So you can go sentence by sentence. I'm struggling with this. So what do you want? Well, I'm resolved. The XYZ is resolved for me. That could be an example. So what do you want? What do you choose for yourself? I choose to. You've got a lot of fear of getting out of your head, so that's part of the problem. Or there's an aspect of you that has used your head, the mental aspect, to really help you move forward. So this is kind of tying in with what I was saying before. And so part of the scary thing right now is like stepping out of that. So another piece on top of what I was just saying, and for everybody else also, just see how that applies to you, and how that can be useful for you, and maybe not right now, but in another situation. Okay, get out of your head and just start feeling your body. Notice your hands. Look at your hands, like right now. Just look at your hands. Notice all the lines on your hands. Let yourself just really notice all your lines. I don't know. Some people have a lot of lines and some people don't. I've got tons of lines in my hands going in all directions. And look into that. Look at your fingernails. Look at how the fingernail goes into the rest of the fingers, how they connect in, how they're just there. They just grow out. I mean, where are they growing out of? Look at that, feel that, touch that, feel your body. That's the best way to get out of your head. Start noticing your body. Feel your body. Squeeze your arms. Let it come down. Yeah. And this takes a little bit of discipline, but start doing it. And however quickly you catch yourself, but if you find your mind going off, just stop thinking. And it's like you've got to make yourself stop thinking and just make your mind go blank. And then stay with that. And as soon as your head starts up again, it's like, oh, there it goes again. Okay, stop. And then you stop thinking. So it's like at first you just have to discipline yourself. A lot. So it's a lot of fear, and you can also, another piece that comes up is just writing out. What is it you're afraid of? Just writing it out, writing it down. Everything that comes to mind, and just like, okay, let's bring it on. So it's like you're talking to yourself, bring it on, let's hear it. What are you afraid of? And then letting that aspect that's afraid to just let it out. There's quite a few fears in there, but those are all old things that you have learned, that you've been told. Yeah, Sherry, this is kind of bringing up stuff for you too. It's kind of lighting up for you with that resistance. So okay, so fear. Okay, let's yeah, because that's starting to light up for other people. So okay, so Star Galaxy, good for you. Afraid of being alone. Go into that fear. What's in that fear? What else is tied into that fear? What's the worst thing that could happen about being alone? And keep going down that road. If you keep asking yourself, well, what's the worst thing that could happen? So I'm taking your first thing here. If I was all alone, whatever comes up, it's like, okay, and just go with whatever comes up. Just let that part just express that. It's like, okay, and what's the worst thing that could happen if da 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 da, and let whatever's next come up. Keep going down that road. Yeah, that's been a real kind of it's funny because it's like you've been placed in a burlap bag up to your head's just sticking out of that bag and all tied up and all bundled up and trying to get out of that. So that's really kind of limited you. So we're loosening that up. And Cherie, I can see that lighting up for you. It's like there's just something there that's lighting up for you. And so it's interesting because your mental piece is showing up, but differently here. You've kind of had this mental piece about just being in charge, being on top of it. I'm just going to be on top of this. So take a deep breath into that. It's like, well, okay. Fear. So something's lighting up here. So what is that? Same with you, Asta. And if anybody else is on here and you want to see what comes up for you, from what I see, these are just the names that are popped up so far. So following those guys specifically. or just go along for the ride and just do it by yourself on your side. Yeah, so Asta, for you, it's a little different. It's like you really kind of, it's this fear just kind of like made you kind of just turn in on yourself, and kind of hide in a way. Fear of taking charge. Oh, that's really cute. That's really cute because there's a way that that's showing up as you take charge, and so it might not be of the situation, but it's like taking charge of your feelings and just kind of holding it. So taking charge that way. Um, so in essence, it's kind of trying to dominate yourself, your fear, instead of allowing yourself to just giving yourself that time to just go in the opposite direction of just feeling into that, just allowing it to come out. You know, obviously not. When you're in a place where you can really just open that up. And just everybody just noticing again what you're sitting on. And even with everything that's coming up with your breath, that's all coming to the breath. And if you feel like crying, it feels like there's crying that's coming through. So if that's coming up for you, let it come through. Try not to hold it back or resist it. To be on top of it. To kind of be in charge of your emotions. To be okay with letting it come out and be seen. You know, right now it's about you seeing yourself. And really opening up to letting that come through. Yeah. So, and even below that fear, you can really feel into that vulnerability and just when we really hit those vulnerable parts, states for ourselves, there's always this sense of just feeling helpless, like feeling helpless because there's just the sense that there's nothing you can do. It's you're just in this place and there's nothing you can really do to shift that. And just in this moment, just allowing yourself to just take a deep breath into that, just sigh, just relax into that. And let that tension come through your body. Sometimes when that happens to me, it's like I'll get like maybe my leg or something will start shaking because there's that there's just a release that's happening. Sadness, seeing myself alone. Yeah, you're kind of just on that aloneness. You know, my sense is that's coming from somebody else. You picked up somebody else's view of you around being alone. Kind of feels like your mother, but kind of tune into that of not wanting you to be alone and fear of you being alone and what's going to happen to her if she's alone. And, you can't be alone. And women get this, or can get this a lot, and men will maybe get in a different way, but it's like you got to get married. You got to have a partner so that you're taken care of. And if you're all alone, what's going to happen to you? So that is taking on somebody else's point of view, somebody else's beliefs, somebody else's life issues. And, sadness at seeing myself all alone, sadness at being alone means that it's the sadness of not finding that connection to yourself is what it comes down to. You're not connecting to yourself. You're not able to find that time to just be with yourself, to really just be and know yourself, getting to know yourself. Who are you? What do you like? What do you really like? Like in this moment, how do you really feel? And letting that come through. I'm 54 and alone, and family sees it as a failure. Okay, see, what did I tell you? Failure, it sees it as a failure without a partner. So that somebody else is seeing you as sad, and you're taking that on. I'm 10 years older. I'm gonna tell you, you're still young. You are young. It's all relative, right? So start taking just say, fuck that. Just really, just fuck that. The hell with that. That is their problem. And start to take that moment. So right now, take that moment, feel into yourself. Feel that pain of that hardness on you of being seen that way. And that's not who you are, but you're taking it on because it's, for one, that's one way to not be alone, is to be connected with that family. So twisting that all around. So right now, take a deep breath in. So everybody take a deep breath into this. And Asta, you're kind of hiding in the back. There's a way that you kind of hide in the back and not show. So that's kind of coming through right now. Making yourself small, in other words, unseen. So everybody, let's take a nice deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And then release it all real fast. Come back into that center. Feel your body. Become really aware of your body. And if you want just one part, like your hands, your arms, your face, your neck, anywhere you want, just your shoulders, your thighs, your knees, wherever you want. Just feel that. Just kind of put your hands there and just, this is me. Your head, top of your head. This is me. Feel yourself. Let yourself take the time to feel yourself. You're very kind. I say that because I remember when I was 54. Now that I'm 64, it's like, man, okay. It's all relative. It's all relative. So you're fine. You're in a good place. You're in a good place. Feel those cheeks. Let yourself feel those lips. How do your lips out? What are your lips at right now? Are they dry? Mine are a little dry. Can you feel, like, really notice where the lips, that skin goes in and it becomes moist. 54 as well. There you go. We're all in good company here. We're all something for. I don't know about you, I asked if you're for too, but anyways. Feel your cheeks, and just push. Let yourself get tactile here. Just take that time. This is me. Feel your heart. Feel whatever it is you're feeling. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's feeling alone, if it's feeling that pressure from the outside, 35, oh, close. 34 plus 1. There we go. Feel wherever it is that you are at right now. Just, okay, this is where you're at. See yourself. Feel yourself in that place. Yeah. Everybody's kind of loosening up with that. That's good. It's probably not a fun place, not necessarily an easy, fun place to be. Don't give a shit about that. It's you right here, right now. That's all that counts. Yeah, and that's what it takes to just connect with yourself. And put your hands on your heart, if they're not there already. And just press a little bit. Just feel that. Just bring in that tactile sensation. Feel that warmth. Maybe that brings up tension, maybe on the backside, on your shoulders. You kind of start noticing it. Okay, yeah. If you want to move your neck around, if you're feeling tension up there, maybe it's the lower back. Move around and then really feel that warmth of your body. This is you, right here, right now. And just say to yourself, I may not be where I want to be right now, but I'm with myself. Right here, right now. I'm with me. Hey, Harold, good to see you. We're coming into that connection with you, so good to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. So you can join us. We're just really connecting with the self. Everybody is just going in more deeply with that. So hands on the chest or on the heart, feeling that heat from your body and from your hands, from your body between your hands and your chest. And just, this is me. This is me. And I may not be doing the absolute best that is possible for me to do. I may not be at the highest level of my expression of myself, my potential. But this is where I am right now, and hell with it. This is good enough right now. And I'll just gonna do the best I can with every step I take. We could be with somebody else, You could be in a relationship, and a lot of people are in relationships and they're alone. A lot of people are connected to other people, have family, have lots of people around them, have lots of friends around them, and they're still alone. So you could have a partner like your family wants you to have, and you can be so desperately alone in that relationship because you are not connecting. If you're not connecting with that other person, that means you're not connected to yourself. So what is the point of getting into a relationship? Just to not look alone on the outside, if you're going to be so deathly alone in the relationship. So connect in. Yeah. Everybody's just kind of really in that quiet space. That's good. Breathing into that, breathing into yourself. And just right now, just choose to connect with yourself. I choose. And you can literally say this and maybe change the languaging a little bit for yourself. Says, I choose to connect with myself more deeply as much as I can. And don't worry about how to do it, how it's going to happen. Just make that choice and let it happen on its own. Yeah, that's much better. So start looking into the connection into the direction of being more connected with yourself every step of the way. You know, we all get thrown off. Oh, Junie, hey, somebody else. Yeah, we got a little bit longer session. Oftentimes we're off by now, but everybody's just kind of going more deeply with that connection to the self and choosing to connect more deeply. So with myself, again, I choose to connect with myself more deeply in every moment as much as I can. Just make that choice. Everybody's doing really well. You know, I can kind of see it's a little bit of a struggle for some more than for others. There's a little bit kind of that, when it's like when you're doing it's like your muscles, when your muscles are used to only going to a certain level of weights, and then you pick up heavier weights and you're going with them and they're kind of like shaking a little bit. So there's this kind of holding that and having, okay, it's a little challenging. Or when you get on that bike and you can bounce that bike and the wheel is going back and forth real fast, it's not holding it smooth, but you're doing it. You're doing it. It's always like that at the beginning. And it comes back sometimes when we just hit those tougher spots. They get shaky again. That's all right. Seeing yourself through is the most important thing you can do for yourself in those moments, in any way that you can. Sometimes seeing yourself through is getting yourself to someone who can help you, or like showing up here, or going to getting some extra support that will help you hold. That won't necessarily do it for you, but will help you kind of on the sideline. kind of thing. It's like, I just need a little extra help here just to get through here. And damn it, I'm going to push through. Yeah. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath in from the core of the earth. So everybody's got kind of a nice a little steadier place with that. So that's nice, yeah. This is like Peloton for your spirit. Giving you that workout to really help you strengthen and see yourself through. Yeah, very nice. Now there's that steadiness now. I don't know if you can feel that from before, from a minute ago. Just that steadier. It might not be cleaner, but it's steadier. And the steady will get you moving into that cleaner, more coherent. And I mean, you got to have some more coherence to get into that steady. So they kind of go hand in hand. It's like, how do you focus on coherence? So steady, focus on steady. Yeah. Very nice. Just shifting into that nicer place, yeah. Cleaner, steadier, more solid. That kind of support that determination to go forward. Yeah. So let yourself feel into that. Good workout today. That was kind of a good workout. Yeah. Maybe that's what I need to say on my Instagram thing is Peloton for spirit, for your spirit. I kind of like that. What do you guys think about that? Peloton for your spirit. Coming in the bean. Get on that treadmill of connecting to yourself. And we're going to take you there. It's kind of fun, right? It's kind of fun. All right. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So just take a deep breath in. Acknowledge where you feel yourself at now. Just notice physically the most important workout. Yes, absolutely. That supports everything else. Even your physical workout, it will support that. Doing it with more ease, doing it with more, dedication without having to like push, without having to use that willpower to do it. So you can use that workout with connecting with yourself to appreciate yourself and love yourself more. That way, when you do that physical workout, since we're kind of on that theme of physical workout, right? You can use that will to push yourself to a higher level of yourself. So it's not about pushing yourself to get through. It's about using that willpower to like go into that higher level for yourself. So pushing yourself that way. Because that alignment, that connection to yourself is there. to hold that steadiness. Yeah, very nice. All right. Good to see everybody. I said last week that I'm going to stop doing this on Facebook. I'm just going to stick, at least that's the plan, to just do Instagram and YouTube, because most people are on there, I think. It's easier also, so people don't have to go sludging through Facebook. That's sort of how I feel, so I'm not on Facebook a lot. These groups that I'm part of, I want to connect in for various reasons, and like you feel like you're sludging through that other stuff that you're not paying attention to or don't want to pay attention to. But Instagram and YouTube, yeah, Nasta, you're always sometimes you're just more quiet. You're kind of more on the quiet side back there, but still doing good. So good to see everybody. And we'll be back next Wednesday. If you feel like donating on YouTube and Facebook, there's my little value donation. You're welcome to do that. And on Instagram, I'm going to have to double check this again for myself. It's been a while, but I believe that if you go to my bio, the link in the bio, then you can go into Coming Into Being and go there to if you want to do a donation. So yeah, thank you all for stopping by, early and comers, and those who came in later. Always, everybody contributes in their own way just by your energy, just being present with the group and showing up. And physically, people might not be showing up in the moment, but usually it's like their spirit is already there when the human finally comes in. So, and sometimes it's post facto after these get posted up too. So good to see everybody, and wherever you have a good rest of your day, good afternoon, good evening, and until we meet again in the ethers, Coming into Being next time we connect. So good to see everybody, and have a good rest.